family. The Bigfoots and Boggarts. Is it going, everybody? We're back. The lovely, luscious Roddlesworth Woods. Just for a one night tonight. But I've got extra kit with me, which I don't often bust out because I'm going monster hunting tonight. Yes, it's the return of the search for Bigfoot on this channel, which we've not done for quite some time. Look at that flipping blackhead on the eyelid. See, even copters are out looking for him. Meeting up with the just wait for it to pass over. Have you all been anyway? Been a minute since I came back from the Cumbria Way. Unfortunately, I did go to Scotland and my old phone fried in the intense heat that we had, and I've had to get a new phone, which I'm recording with right now. But I'm going to try and whip up some sort of photograph montage because all my photos are still on Facebook, obviously. And Luke, shout out Luke, he managed to salvage my original intro, so I didn't need to make a new one. But yeah, so now the helicopter has moved on in its search for Bigfoot. I can carry on with mine. Yeah, I'm meeting up with Winter Hill investigation team later on. I'm here dead early. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I've got the coordinates where the meet-up spot is, where we're pitching tonight. Well, where I'm pitching, I'm camping in here, whether they are or not. Yeah, and I think they are camping. And then, yeah, once the sun's gone down, we'll go for a little mooch about high-tech gear and equipment. We're going to see if we can get any activity tonight in here. And I don't want to give too much about that away because it's not really my party as such. I'm just kind of tagging along for Wildcamp or whatever. But while I'm here, I'm going to go for a mooch about. I think I'm going to head up to Darwin Tower this morning, which I might film or I might not, we'll see. And then what else? I'm going to head down to one at Lakes in Middle of Woods, go for a dip because I believe it's to be a hot one today. It's not looking it right now because it's just overcast. When I got out of the car it was spitting, but it's stopped now. So yeah, I can head down there, go for a dip, go off to the pub for a few swills, and then by that time everybody should be arriving. So yeah, if you want to stick around and see how this adventure pans out, please do. So yeah, Scotland. Still haven't really sunk in yet what a game-changing trip it was. TBH, I can see myself living up there one day. A lot of people who I know who live in Scotland have all been telling me prior to this trip, you are going to love it up here. Like, you know, what we have here in Lancashire, Lake District, whatever. You know, it's beautiful. Obviously I can appreciate any body of nature, but what I saw in Scotland, it was beyond Glasgow. You know, when you got to Loch Lomond and a bit further on than that, Fort William, the roads are that vast and it takes that long to get from one place to another. There's a delay in traffic time. I was literally walking along the A82 the night I camped at Loch Ness, and I was just walking along it. I could, because there was just no cars for ages. And then all of a sudden, a bulk of them had come, and I think that's because of a delay because of how long it takes to get to places. It's just barren, man. Barren. Forests up there, go on for miles and miles. Not like tiny little woods like this, you know, a couple of, you know, 10, 20, 30 acre woods or whatever. They go on for miles, bigs and bogs. You know, and like there were one night I was camping at Cairngorms, and I was walking through this forest next to this campsite. Might as well have been wild camping because it was quite a remote campsite. The phone signal came here and there, and I got quite creeped out. I haven't felt like that for a long time in woods. Like right now, I know Roddlesworth is a bit of a dodgy place, hence why I'm here tonight, today, whatever. Feel fine, feel relaxed, whatever. Energy's quite low, you know, my energy levels, whatever. But in this particular forest in Cairngorms, I was like, head on a swivel kind of thing. And I think it's because, you know, Bigfoot type creatures, if that's the route you want to go down, if they settle anywhere long term, like stay in one area, it's up there, because it's just so vast. You could set off looking for them and you'll never find them. They'll find you. You'll never find them though. It's just too remote. It's a different level. You know, like the lake, my beloved Lake District, my beloved Cumbria. Bloody whip, man. I need to get a better holster for this because it slacks and then it falls out. Anyway, the Lake District, you know, the Cumbria way or whatever. When I started in Ulverston, that's what they call the southernmost point of the lakes. It's done it again. Just gonna just carry it. It looks cool, but it's not very practical. Come on. Ulverston, the southernmost point at Lake District, you can, in a car, start there and get to Coldbeck, which is kind of what they class as the end of Cumbria, in an hour and a half, two at the most. Wait, wait. And like I say, these little villages in Scotland, you're driving for an hour or two at the most just to get there. You know what I mean? It's just a different level. And there's lots of different ways in Scotland. You know, there's the Great Glen Way, the West Highland Way. I would like to try them one day. Jesus Christ. Nearly me medic then. I'd like to try them one day, but I ain't ready for them yet. That's a different ball game than what I'm doing with Cumbria Way. So yeah, I had a great trip. We did Loch Lomond on day one, stopped at Fort William, then the day afterwards we moved up to Loch Ness, Bigs and Bogs. I Wildcamp next to Loch Ness. I mean, not right on the shores, but I was as damn near as good as I could get to it. And not many times in my life I've been more happier than when I was on those shores. You better believe me, I can't pitched up. I was at this place called Loch End Beach. They had this beautiful, it was right at the end of the loch before it turns into a river, going up River Ness to Inverness. And yeah, cracked open my Northern Monks, got my binoculars there, just sat there till 10:30 and hobbled back to my tent. Didn't see out though, but amazing place, some I've always wanted to visit. I was very emotional when we came around the corner for the first time and saw it. So yeah, Loch Ness, and then I stopped with Mum and Dad in Inverness the day after. Day after that, we moved to Aviemore, through the Cairngorms, got to a place called Columbine, this sick hotel at middle at Cairngorms. They have like a golf range next to it. They had frigging animatronic dinosaurs. So I was like, so I camped at a campsite just down the road, but again, the campsite looked like this. It was remote. So I did that, and the day afterwards we moved to Pitlochry, which is on edge at Cairngorms. Went through Braemore, very hot place, because it's like the most inland village in the whole of Scotland, and with the heat wave we had, it was stifling. So yeah, wild camped at Pitlochry, in a place called the Fairy Forest. Nice little quaint woodland. Very nice place. And then the day afterwards we headed to Edinburgh, stopped there, and then I went to the museum in Edinburgh on the Thursday. Friday, Edinburgh Zoo, came home. So yeah, superb trip. Cue picture montage. So you'll never guess, guys, what I've been doing for the last 3 hours. Literally just got to my area in Pine Forest where I think I'm meeting up with guys later on. And there was about 6 wild campers already there. There was a young lady there with her 2 children who I was talking to begin with. And then I moved over to the spot where I normally camp. And there were 3 fellas there. Mike, Stu and James. Shout out to you 3. They've subscribed to my channel and I've subscribed to theirs. I need to remember what it's called now, but I've literally just been sat with them for the last 3 hours talking nonsense about Bigfoot, UFOs, big cats, the third eye. What a bunch of nice fellas. They've been wild camping there, proper good bivvy setups, tarp, everything. So I'll put my kit back on and I'm gonna head towards the pub now at Abbey Village. But yeah, what a nice bunch of lads to chat to. Proper like-minded folk. Yeah, they're still like kind of enjoying that area, so I thought, well, come on, that's literally right there next to the bridge. But yeah, I didn't want to like stick camera in the face and be like, campfire stories, Lancashire, Begs and Bogs. But yeah, we were talking about like Todd Standing, who's obviously like a big Canadian Bigfoot researcher. Stu and his son James, they're going over to Todd Standing in August to stay with him, go on a Bigfoot expedition. So we're talking about that. And yeah, we were talking about Steve Ishadal, I think it is, you pronounce his surname, who's a big how to hunt, that's literally the name of his channel. Talks about, you know, like opening up about Bigfoot sightings, and you know, looks more at the sort of effect it's had on people mentally, and being in a safe, brave place to open up and talk about it. Yeah. What else? Hayes Outdoors, you know, we were talking about him. Proper nice lads. Got them on YouTube now, so hopefully might be able to link up with him at some point. And Mike, who was one of the fellas there, smoked a pipe, same as me. Like my brothers from another mother's. But yeah, obviously they're enjoying my little spot for the time being. Not a big deal really. I'm going to head on down to the pub, go for a few swills. So yeah, see you in a bit. Excuse me, bigs and bogs. Look like I've been crying. Oh, because I'm right next to this freshly cut meadow. Hayfie was just going nuts. I've had 2 antihistamines. I've just finished at pub, back over yonder. The original plan today was to go up to Darwin Tower there this morning. A little gentle hike up there, but obviously I got into Pine Forest for a meeting. I went to Hill Gang later on. Obviously I got talking to Mike, Stu and James. I just got sidetracked for a few hours. Oh God, I need to get back into tree line. Subscribe to see a shot of East Easing. It keeps coming. Oh, bad. Yeah, I need to get back into tree line where the pollen level isn't so high. Oh, bad. Yeah, had a couple of pints. Got talking to some dog walkers who saw me. Who were like, bloody hell, it's Indiana Jones. And I was like, you're damn right it is. But yeah, I'm gonna head back into woods. Go perched next to lake for a little bit. Have my pipe, I think, and if I'm that way inclined and I can be bothered rooting in my bag, I'll get my swimming shorts out and go for a dip. So I'll see you in a bit. So I did nearly go for a dip, but them lads who I were chatting with earlier, they did tell me, to be fair, if you go for a dip in there, it's quite sedimenty. So you usually come out with a bit of a brown film over here, so because at warm weather the waterline has receded quite a bit, and I could see what they meant on the shoreline where the water had gone back. It was just like thick, ankle deep sludge, so I was like, nah, I'll leave it. I don't want to get stuck in the bog of eternal stench again. So I just had my pipe and enjoyed the views. So yeah, onwards we go now to the meet-up point to check in with the Winter Hill crew. See you in a bit. So I'm here now at the checkpoint. Step this way, there's my kit, and couple getting used to this new farm. A couple of the lads have just arrived now. I forgot their names. But yeah, with a slight problem because there's quite a lot of people wild camping in here tonight. Just a bit further up yonder, where we thought we might have been able to camp at the coordinate point. There's already people who've beaten us there to it. Obviously where I camp, which isn't where I thought we were meeting. Sorry, that's where I thought we were meeting, but it isn't. As I found out this morning, also plenty of people wild camping there, so all really depends how many people turn up this evening. But even still, you know, like it's relatively quite flat. You know, I'm probably going to put Lanchan there, so it's nice and flat. So yeah, it's beggars can't be choosers in these kinds of situations, bigs and bogs. So yeah, catching with you in a bit. So we're all set up now, bigs and bogs. Got the encampment, Camp Bigfoot, Camp Paranormal Activity, the Camp whatever, all set up and ready to go now. I'm in Lanchan, obviously. Caroline and Mick are in a bobcat raccoon with a tarp over it. Lee's over there in a hammock, and then Leon and Spyro, I think, I forgot his name, they're over here in these hammocks. So yeah, we've got a pretty good encampment up and going. We've not bothered with a fire because obviously where dry it is, there's always a chance that you could, you know, I mean, you're not going to set this forest on fire, but you could do some damage to the ground. So we've just got a little bush box on go. So yeah, it's about 8:30, 20 to 9, something like that. Yeah, I've had 2 cups of coffee and gonna have some tea soon. So yeah, so don't really know what the plan is yet, what we're doing tonight. I think there's talk of a live stream, maybe a mooch about, but yeah, should be a nice evening with like-minded folk. See you in a bit.
Is it for you, Oliver?
What's that?
Lighting, is it okay?
It's perfect.
Yeah. That's still blinding.
You get more used to it, longer it's on. Lights, camera, action. So you can actually see my mates over there. They're doing the live stream. I was taking part in it for about, I think I might have finished it now actually. Yeah, I was taking part in it for about an hour or so, but night flash cameras kicking my eyes in bigs and bogs. I had enough of it really, so I went to get my hoodie. But yeah, I think I might bid you adieu for tonight. Unless we go for a walk later on, I might do some more filming then. But yeah, nice to collaborate in a more cryptidy type project. So yeah, if you head over to Winterhill Investigation Team, W.H.I.T, or Do It Knowles Way, and then that'll give you a bit more details as to evidence that's been found of a potential UK Bigfoot footprint. So yeah, very interesting stuff. So see you all in the morning. Night night. Just going for a little mooch, bigs and bogs. We've heard a couple of noises around campsite. Could be something explainable, could be somewhat more paranormal. Who knows? Let's go and have a little spooky booky mystery gang tour around Roddlesworth Wood. These powerful torches lighting up the woodland, better than my megaphone battery phone torch. Lee's got his EMF out. and spirit communicator, so let's see if we can turn anything up. About 1:45. Just been hanging out around the campfire, sharing stories and enjoying each other's company. Last half an hour we've started to hear noises, twig snaps, possible things moving around, so let's go and have a look. See you in a bit.
So we're walking around the woods to see what we can pick up in this area. So that noise you can hear beeping is just his camera trying to pick up things. Okay, people.
Hello, beautiful. I just saw some.
Interesting, the SLS is not picking the frog up.
I just saw something hop as you strode across the stream.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't stand on it.
Come here.
Oh, look at the...
Get your back in water.
What the hell was that? That was somebody with an air on.
Good morning, beautiful Bigfoots, beautiful boggarts. Excuse me. I feel like a teenager sleeping in, man. It's 10:30. Look at this sty. Hold on. My friends have left no trace. They've also left me. No, they said bye to me. They got to my tent about 9ish, said we're going to pack up and head off, and I was like, see you later. Yeah, I didn't go to bed till about 2 AM. So we were mooching about with spirit box and EMF detector and spirit box. Yeah, we went quite deep into Roddlesworth actually, in the pursuit of the paranormal. We did get a little bit of activity on the spirit box. There was, we think there were 2 spirits communicating with us. Joe and Josh, and they said that they meant us no harm, and they picked out some very specific detail in one. The 3 of us, there were me, Lee and Mick, that went for a look around. And who did they pick out? The 3 of us, of course, it was your boy. And they fixated on my red hair. They said that there was something following us, and that it was satanic, which, you know, kind of the some orifices on my body twitching a little bit, because, you know, when it comes to sort of cryptids and paranormal activity, supernatural activity, I should say, the realm of the paranormal, like ghosts, you know, spirits and what have you, it's not my area of expertise, so I'm a bit like, ooh, something satanic gonna come and grab me in dark. But yeah, we crossed over the bridge where I walk out of here when I hike out later on. And that's where we felt the energy shift once we passed over that bridge. And it was a really unsettling, cold energy on all this, because we were one night last night. You know, it didn't go below 16 degrees. Or lovely warm in my tent. Excuse me. And yeah, to the side of this bridge, like I say, a very unsettling energy followed us all the way through woods. And this, you know, spirit box were just going off with different cryptic messages and what have you. Excuse me. And then when we passed over the bridge, heading back to the camp, one of the spirits did say, "He'll get you." And it was interesting because I was talking with Mick, I was showing him the spot where I camp, which is obviously 1,000 yards in that direction. And he did say to me, you know, we've had reports in there of shadow people hiding in the trees, which is interesting because I have felt energy in there before, quite unsettling energy at times. So I was speculating with Lee, perhaps these two spirits we were talking with, Joe and Josh, perhaps there's something on this side of the forest that they're frightened of, and that's why they can't cross the bridge over. Hence why one of them said, "He'll get you." Whatever that means, you know. I'm not very gemmed up on spirit boxes. I've seen them on all the YouTube channels. I don't really know per se exactly how they work. Is it just random radio frequencies that they pick up? I don't know, but very, very peculiar that it picked out the colour of my hair. Because obviously there's me, Lee, we're roughly about the same height, same dimensions. He's got dark hair. And then Mick obviously is bald. So I suppose out of the three of us, the only other distinctive characteristic you could go for was Mick having a bald head, but it said no, red hair. So I was like, that must be me. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, other than that, nothing else happened. You know, I come back to my tent at 2, fell asleep straight away. Doesn't really seem to bother me anymore. Stuff like that, like it used to. You know, rewind 18 months ago. Well, I wouldn't have been out here, you know, camping in a potentially paranormal forest. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments if you want. But yeah, I'm just going to chill for a bit longer. I believe it's to rain a little bit today, so I might get a little bit wet getting on, but whatever, who cares? It's not that far back to Blackburn. So yeah, see you in a bit. Still got it. So we're all packed up now, homeward bound. Just striking really, it never kind of gets old. I've spoken about this in a couple of pine forests I've camped in, especially early on when I was pretty new to solo camping, how the atmosphere changed in them as soon as the sun comes up. You know, as much as I enjoyed a good mooch about last night in dark, it's not difficult at times to let your imagination run away with you, especially when you're stood on your own, away from your pals and you've no torchlight. Not difficult for that sixth sense fight or flight instinct to kick in. There isn't back of your neck stand up. But then obviously when it's daylight like this, it's just absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous, you know. Nonetheless though, still, when we went for the mooch last night, you know, we had spirit box out, it was still, you know, pretty interesting, some of the stuff we got. You know, was it, again, I don't know how spirit boxes really work, you know. Is it just radio interference that it picks up, random words muddled together, and then, you know, your imagination will inevitably fill in the blanks? Is it just a case of that? I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough to comment really, or experienced enough with them. But it was still good, I enjoyed it, you know. Nice to see all my friends again. See a bit of wildlife as well. This is where we found Mama Toad. And then when we were actually coming back from the other side of the woods, back towards the stone bridge, I saw a wall lizard running on the floor, and obviously I tried to catch it. You know, me and Steve Irwin came out there. Just can't help it. If I see movement on the floor, I'm going to pick it up. I'm a big believer in just leave wild animals alone. But, you know, semi-professional, innit? The reason why I'm able to keep lizards alive for 10 to 15 years in captivity is because I know what I'm doing. Size of my head expanding exponentially there. But yeah, I was speaking to Stu and Mike again, who I bumped into yesterday. I spent a good few hours with talking. They came down to see if anybody was still here from live stream, so it was nice to see them again, and hope, you know, maybe could do a collab with them in the future. As I say, Stu and James, I got your name wrong there, sorry. James, the young one, father and son, they're going out to see Todd Standing in August. They're going to Canada for 8 days on a Sasquatch expedition, so shout out you two. And shout out Mike as well, you're a lovely fella. But yeah, we've said we'll keep in touch and maybe do something in the future. It's beautiful. So much for the rain. But yeah, that's it now. Another adventure in bag. Roll on payday. So I can go back and complete the Cumbria Way in the lakes. That'll probably be my next video, I reckon. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video and made it through all the way to the end, massive thank you as always. You can leave us a comment if you want. Don't have to if you don't want to, if you've nothing to say. Shout out to Tunic Outdoors, obviously. Stu, Mike and James, 3 lovely lads, salt of the earth. Shout out to Winter Hill Investigation team, everybody who turned up last night. A really good adventure. Nice to be with like-minded folk all day. And hopefully it'll be won't be so long before we can meet up again and collab. Got a nice little 5-mile stomp home now. I'm hoping. I had to take 3 antihistamines yesterday and I've none left, so I'm hoping I can ride them out. Just because obviously I took so many. And it'll keep my nostrils safe, because obviously I'm passing through a lot of farm fields on the way home. So yeah, like I say, if you've enjoyed the video, nice one. Leave us a comment if you want to. Subscribe if you haven't. You don't have to if you don't want to. And I'll see you all further on down the road. Bye bye.
Elton, you alright?
Yeah, right.
Well, hello.